Hello guys, welcome to another YouTube video. Today we are going to chat about how to create an ultra endurance mindset. I'm going to run through the mindset shifts and mental strategies that I used to complete a 100-mile ultra marathon a couple of months ago. The Snowdon 100, I was running for 39 hours. There was 7,000 meters elevation and it was incredibly tough. So that leads me on to the first point. There are going to be tough moments in the race. But instead of seeing these as low points, you can reframe that and you can see them as opportunities to show what you are made of, to rise above the challenge, and you're going to come out the other end stronger, more capable. This is ultimately what ultras are all about. It is about adapting, it is about overcoming and getting through. That brings me on to number two. You need to be adaptable. You need to be able to adapt and change things if the situation requires you to do so. So I broke my poles during the Snowdon 100. It was about 7 a.m. in the morning. I'd been running for about 100 kilometers and I was using the poles to take strain off of my knee, which I was having some issues with prior to the race. So I had to get myself into the mindset of, I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to adapt. Within about 30 minutes of this happening, my watch also died. So I had to use my phone for navigation instead of my watch. Before the race, I had downloaded OS Maps, so if my watch broke, I had something that could take me to where I needed to get to. Don't get me wrong, it was a bit of a pain in the arse having to have my phone in front of me for a good hour until I got to the next checkpoint and I could charge my phone, but it got me through. And being adaptable, accepting that there's going to be times in the race where you do need to do things to a slightly different way than you had planned is important. Another mindset strategy is to use the positive energy of other people on the course, whether it's your support crew, whether it's people at aid stations, and whether it's people out on the course. If you're in an ultra where there's lots of people out on the course and you have the ability to have a bit of camaraderie with people, that is going to be hugely beneficial to you. You're out on the course for potentially 7 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, 24, 30 plus hours, and that is a long time to be out by yourself. So if you can run with people, or if you can have positive communication with people out on the course, if you can have a bit of banter with people, some positive camaraderie, it's going to make the process a lot more fun. It's going to bring your energy levels up. It's going to bring your mood up. I ran with two guys during the Snowdon 100 for a good 20, 30 miles. So numbers 18, 19 and 20, crazy. We saw each other at the top of the mountain. Then we just ran with each other. We were having fun, we're helping each other out. And I also ran with Neil the whole way through the night. So having Neil there to help a little bit with direction and just to keep morale up was super useful. And I also did that back to him. So Neil and Seal, if you're listening, thank you very much. Your help was hugely important. Another thing that can be useful is breaking down the race into manageable sections. So for me, what I would do is I would set myself short-term, quick targets that are going to allow me to rack up small wins continuously through the race. If I was at 3K, could I get to 5K? If I'm at 5K, can I push to 10K? And I'm constantly having these numbers that I'm chasing towards in my head. When I get to one goal, I then set the next one. Or I can set landmark targets. So if I'm at the bottom of a hill, can I get to the top of that hill? When I get to the top, give myself a little pat on the back and then set the next goal. I'm quite goal focused, so setting myself these little goals really helps. Another thing is to run your own race. If there are people that are shooting off on the start line, going really quick, and you try and keep up with them and you don't have that pace, you're going to burn yourself out. You've got to run within your means and don't try and keep up with people that are a lot fitter than you or who are going to burn out themselves. Another thing that's going to massively help you when you're out in the race is to use gratitude. Always have a positive mindset no matter what happens. So constantly think about how to be grateful for the situation that you're currently in. If you're doing an ultra in a beautiful environment, just being grateful for where you are, having a look out into the distance over the hills, looking at the scenery, thinking, you know, I'm incredibly lucky to be here in this beautiful place in a fun event. Another really useful thing for me during the race and before the race was visualization. I'm a big believer that if you can see something happen and you can think about that thing happening and you can think about it vividly enough, deep enough, it's almost certainly going to happen. So the whole way during the race, I was visualizing how it would literally feel crossing that finish line. And also, if you're visualizing the race before the race, you can almost prepare yourself for what's to come. If you're thinking about the steep climbs, if you're thinking about the course and visualizing it in your head, you can almost run the race before you run. Finally, can you tap into your why? Why are you out there running the race? We've all got different motivators. We've all got different reasons why we do ultras. Can you tap into that energy that really got you to sign up? Is it to prove to yourself that you can do and overcome hard things? Is it to run for charity? Have a think about your why. What got you to the start line, and can you tap into that energy? For me, I've always liked to train hard since I was a kid. I've always liked to see what I can do physically and mentally, try and push towards my potential and push my limits. I've always been really interested to see, what I can do and where things like this can take me. And I know that at the other end of it, I'm going to come out more capable. So that is a big motivator for me. I've got many other motivators as well, but have a think as to why it is that you're there, why you're running the race, and can you tap into that energy that's going to pull you through when things get tough. So that is it for today. I hope you found these mindset strategies and these mental reframes useful. Hopefully you can apply these in your next ultra race. And thank you very much for watching today's video. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one.